There are adults and children who, because of their spinal deformities in Ethiopia and can't get the care, are actually crawling on their hands and knees. So Dr. Rick introduced him to the Long Island Spine Surgery team because when I was in Ethiopia, I told him we had very talented, skilled, compassionate surgeons and team here in New York that I felt could help the children that he takes care of in Ethiopia, that he tries to help and get medical care for.
We picked Tizita out of a large group of candidates who thought that here between our spine team and Catholic Health Services of Long Island that we could help her. It took a huge amount of effort between our team, May came, who's our practice manager, and Diane and Catholic Health Services to get Tizita necessary paperwork to come over, and she arrived at our doorstep approximately 2 weeks ago, and we took it from there. As a point of backtracking, these spinal deformities, there's multiple different reasons why someone will get a spinal deformity. The most common reason is we call idiopathic, meaning we really don't know why in that particular case kids will develop spinal deformities such as kyphosis or scoliosis. And Tizita falls into that category. For whatever reason, the kids in Ethiopia have a very aggressive course. And by the time Tizita came to us, she had curves, which we measure in degrees, of over 110 degrees of her upper curve and over 95 degrees in her lower curve. Those numbers should be 0 in people who stand up straight. So every degree that someone bends to the side is a degree closer to 90 degrees, which is essentially someone who stands at a right angle. She had essentially an S-shaped curvature of degrees of over 110, over 95. Tizita is an age where she's essentially fully grown, but because of her spinal deformity, came to us being only 4'9" tall. And when we measured her statistics, including our arm length and the rest of her skeletal structure, she should have been closer to 5'2", and that's how much height she's lost. So in terms of growth, on the operating table, she grew over 4 inches. So we have some pictures of her standing next to us before and after, and she's now over 5 feet tall. Yeah, so now she's a little over 5 feet tall.
The surgery was going to be quite complex and lengthy. With Tizita's curve, it's certainly more advanced than we're typically seeing on a daily basis here, and required a little more in the way of planning. We had to get extensive x-rays, special x-rays, CAT scans, etc. Both May and Diane helped us facilitate all this, as well as the Catholic system. Once we were able to really get a good handle on what exactly the surgical plan would be, through all this extensive preoperative testing, we put the plan in place on the day of surgery. We put about 24 screws into her spine, and they have to be placed quite precisely and accurately because, as Dr. Mermelstein mentioned, there are vital structures in the way, not to mention blood vessels, both in the chest and the abdomen, as well as the lungs and, of course, the spinal cord. We were able to execute that fairly well. The surgery was about 9 hours long, and she lost more than half her blood volume, but luckily with the good anesthesia team, we were able to really stay on top of things and really keep her very stable. The surgery went well. We were able to execute as we planned with the screws put in place. The screws were connected by a rod. The rod was able to allow us to gain control of the spine and really rotate it to a correctable position and significantly improve her curve.
My involvement in the Tizita's case began about 3 days before her surgery, when my phone rang and Dr. DeWall was on the other end and said, hey, we have this really nice young woman from Ethiopia, and very unfortunate case of congenital spinal deformity. We're about to embark on a complex operation, and what are you doing Monday night? So, that's really all he had to say. We do these type of cases together, and basically the idea of my involvement was to make Tizita's experience as close to that of an average American patient who would be undergoing this type of surgery. Now, typically, with these very long incisions and severe deformities, there's a lot of soft tissue deformity that also takes place that is partially corrected and partially created in untwisting of the spine, and soft tissues don't quite line up as they should.
በመቀጠል አላውቅም ምን ብዬ መግለጽ እንደምችል ማለት በፊት የነበረኝ የአቋም ሁኔታና አሁን ያለኝ የአቋም ሁኔታ እንደገና ደግሞ ብቻ ሰው ሆኜ እንድሄድ ስለረዱኝ በጣም በጣም አመሰግናለሁ።
Next, I can't even explain in words. I don't know how to put it in words together. As a whole, you guys are the ones who helped me to be a human being again. Comparing myself to where I was and where I am today, I don't know how to explain it. I just want to say, you made me a full human being, and thank you.
How you feel?
ማለት ነው but I'm very happy now. God bless you. Another explain, I don't know. So God bless you. Thank you very much.
Smile.